Okay, so here's the last step that I came up with for letting go. Okay, so this practice of letting go. First, we started with our decision. We made the choice. We are choosing to let go. And then we're going to have this practice where we develop our process of prayer so that we can create a firm foundation by putting our footing, our basis in something that is bigger than ourselves. Okay, and after we create that foundation, we practice so that we can build upon that foundation. Okay, we dwell in the good and we look for the great. Okay, and now here comes the good part. Okay, this comes the part that is my favorite. Okay, this is the part that I enjoy above all of this. Okay, I enjoy this, and I suggest you enjoy it too. I encourage you to enjoy this process too. Okay, this part, my favorite, something that is very simple but so powerful, and this is release. Okay, as you can hear or see, I just took a deep breath. Okay, deep breath, release. Okay, so I can be heavy as I'm doing this. I'm weighted down, right? Before I started these videos, I was like, God, I'm not in the position to be doing all of this, right? But I told God, it's like, God, I'm tired of complaining. I'm tired of life coming at me in such a way where it seems I don't have any clarity not to seek him. I seek God all the time, but clarity to praise him. Okay, to see clearly those things that he's placed in my life, even the struggles that he's placed in my life to bless me, right? And so as I was preparing for these videos, because of the challenges that I experienced just on today, I was like, God, I can't do this. I'm typically very joyful or jovial, especially when I'm by myself, and I like to do a lot of singing. I was like, God, I don't even want to sing. Okay, so here we are. This is probably like 12 hours later, probably 12 hours later. As I told you, this is my favorite part. This is my favorite part of this entire practice outside of the prayer, because I really do enjoy the prayer process. I have to be honest, it's not something I always enjoy, but now I definitely do. And the reason that I enjoy this part so much is because the prayer leads to this part, and this final step in the letting go process is release. Okay, release. Okay, release. Release is something that is so powerful in our lives, because what we have to understand is the things that come into our life, they come. And as we mentioned already, we have to decide how we respond to those things. As those things come into our awareness, whether they be challenges, opportunities, whatever you want to call them, okay, hurdles, okay, adventures, mountains, whatever. Whatever those things are, we decide how we respond to those things, okay? And so sometimes we are actively holding on to these things. And so I want you to kind of, in your mind, think about things literally that you are holding on to. People, places, things, ideas that you are holding on to. What are those things? And as much as you understand that you desire, you've chosen at this point to let go, you have decided to let go, I want you to practice that release. I want you to visualize releasing those things, those people, places, opportunities. Okay, even opportunities. Okay, yes, I said opportunities. Some things that we miss in life, we live to regret. And because of those regrets, we continue to stumble. We continue to live in the past. I know so many people that I went to high school with who are still talking about high school. Like, you gotta move on. You gotta move on. So I want you all to practice that release. Okay, visualize that release. I want you to see yourself releasing those things. Another thing that I often mention is the fact that many of us have overcome a slew, long list of traumatic opportunities, okay? Traumatic opportunities because we can decide to grow from these things, okay? But for some of us, they are more of a hurdle than the actual overcoming of the thing itself, okay? The memory of it or the reality of it seems to attack our psyche, because I know so many people who introduce themselves as Hi, I'm Coach D. I had, this injury. Hi, I'm Coach D. This person did this to me. Hi, I'm Coach D. When I was 5, this happened. Like, ladies, you gotta let that stuff go. You gotta let that stuff go. Now, there's a difference between a testimony and something that is still testing you to this day. If it happened when you were 5, I think you should choose to let it go. If it happened when you're 25, it doesn't matter your age, but it definitely matters the duration of time you're gonna let that stuff hold you back. Okay? Again, forgiveness, as we generally understand it, is not easy. But when you make that choice, it becomes very easy. Okay? You simply have to commit. Okay? So I want you again to visualize letting go of those things, those times. Okay? The mood. Okay? Because some of us are simply just in the mood to hold on to foolishness. As we agreed, it is nonsense. Why are you holding on to that? Okay? And then another aspect of release are those things that really do attach themselves to us. You have to release, even in some cases, push away. And I'm nonviolent, so I'm urging you and encouraging you to be nonviolent. But sometimes you have to push. And the push, when you're moving things out of your environment, out of your psyche, out of your life, out of your lifestyle design, you're going to have to push with a sense of urgency, because truth be told, some of us cannot waste another day, another moment living in the past, living in the pain, living in the process. We have to get into the point of praise. Okay, we have to get into the point of overcoming. Okay, because what's the point of life if we can't actually enjoy it? All right, and many of us again are not enjoying our life because of the pain. It's like 10 years ago, forever ago. Okay, so whether it be family, friends, you yourself. Okay, because if we're honest, we are responsible for a lot of the pain, a lot of the burdens, a lot of the shackles that we cause ourselves. And I'm kind of going to pause here and go into something else. I know a lot of women who are essentially deceitful. Okay, we lie to ourselves about whether we're hurt about a thing or not. Okay, so I kind of want you to pause, like literally pause right here to do some introspection. I want you to think to yourself, are you lying about anything that is lying around in your life, and you tell us that it's not bothering you? And it's just because I understand myself a lot. I spend a lot of times with myself dealing with my own emotions, which means I have a very high sensitivity for the emotions of others, right? So I see a lot of women who, as they tell these things, oh, I'm not hurt, oh, I'm not impacted, oh, that doesn't bother me, you're lying. Okay? You are lying. So if you yourself have that same type of situation going on, I seriously want you to look inside yourself. All right? I want you to look inside yourself and uproot all of your own lies and deceit. Because the thing about this forgiveness, we can only really forgive what we're aware of, okay? The out of sight, out of mind trick does not work. I promise you, it does not work. Because as soon as that stuff comes back into your environment, if you have not actively put in the work to get it out, to release it, to let it go, okay, then those things will still come, and they will uproot you more than anything else, simply because you were unaware. You hop, skipped, and jumped to the outcome that you desired while not attacking aggressively those things that you either forgot about, those things that you actually just avoided, or those things that you're lying to yourself about. So I want you to ask yourself, what is it that you're lying about? What is it that I'm lying about? You know? Am I making something up in my mind? I mean, and what's the value of that? What's the impact of these lies? Like lies. The lies actually cause us more harm than dealing with the reality. Okay? Be honest with yourself. Be truthful to yourself, because at the end of it all, you are who this matters most to. Okay? There's no need to tell me any more lies. There's no need to tell anybody else any lies about yourself. If there is something that is bothering you, you can say all day that it's not. We can see it. If you're honest, you can see it. You can feel it. It's almost tangible. It's palpable. okay, the energy, the negativity that some of these things are impacting us with, okay? And that's a challenge also to my coaches. Coaches, please, please, please do not be of the mindset that you are not impacted by things, okay? Because as we present things to our clients, as we present things to our colleagues, whatever it may be, we may be presenting things really that have deep, deep, deep roots in bitterness, okay? And oftentimes we cannot see that we are extremely bitter. All right. So I see a lot of relationship coaches and a lot of things about relationships that deal so deeply in negativity. I don't understand how we're calling ourselves coaches. Okay. And I'm not saying, telling you how to run your business or do whatever. But I am saying that if we're supposed to be teaching positivism, if we're supposed to be teaching people to have a positive outlook, to have high energy, okay, to be optimistic about their process, then make sure that the words and the energy that you put out are not just sincere and authentic, because you can be sincere and authentic and it be negative, and we're cool with that because you're being transparent. But even when you're trying to be positive, make sure it is sincere. And you will not know if it's sincere until you take the time to introspect. Don't just be pushing out stuff so you can create your brand and build your business and all that stuff. If it's fake, it's fake. You can help us all day, but if you're not helping yourself, then again, what's the point? Okay, so that's to my coaches, that's to my spiritual leaders, that's to anyone who mentors anyone. If you are a leader, be sure that you are being true to yourself, because if you are not true to yourself, I promise you, you are totally missing the boat. All right, now back to our originally scheduled program. All right, so we're going to practice all of these things that we talked about. When it comes to letting go, we have made a decision to let go. We prayed about it, we are practicing it, and at this point we're releasing it. And the reason that we want to release it is because I want you all to love, okay? I want you all to laugh, and I want you all to lift, okay? And it's very hard to lift if you have not released the baggage of yesterday, okay, of last year, last decade, whatever it was, the last family reunion, okay? So I want you to practice that. Whatever it is that you need to upheave, upchuck out of your life, go ahead and do that so that you can love, you can laugh, and you can lift others up, all right? This is Coach D signing off. It's been a great time talking to you about letting go, all right? So the next part of our journey will begin soon. I want you to kind of dwell here for a little bit so that you can kind of work. This is a lot of work. Again, it's not going to be a fast process, so I don't want you to come into this with high energy and then have your, be deflated, because it is a lot of work. I want you to work on your levels of commitment, okay? So commit to yourself in a big way. Again, invite your lady friends to join, your mentees, your mothers, your sisters, okay, daughters. Work on your relationships throughout this process and see if you don't have a hugely impactful practice, not just within your life, but also within the lives of those around you, all right? Signing off. I love you.